I am Nick Shell, the self-help hacker, teaching you secrets about life. Man, I wish somebody would have told me back when I was the same age as you, and they didn't. Unless you're older than me, then that's weird. Then how do I travel into the future? It would probably involve time travel. Check this out. Here's another life hack for you. Here's another cheat code for you. A sign of emotional intelligence, a sign of you being successful in life, is when you are at the point where you're okay with being right and having the knowledge and skill set to help another person, and then they don't want your help, but you're okay with it. You accept that you can't help everybody. And of course, that's even assuming that you are right. Sometimes, and I always make fun of this concept. What if a person went around saying, well, don't you think if I were wrong, I'd know it? Of course, that's obviously just a joke, because no, how immature is it to go around thinking that we're right about everything, right? And that's why high conflict people are that way. They're constantly trying to prove people wrong because they think ultimately they have the right view on everything. Not me. I'm not here to say that I do. The version of me now is I'm sure a lot different than the version of me 5 years in the future when I've learned more about life. But what I can tell you, what I know now is, and I was talking to my parents, they were in town this weekend. I was talking about making the video about how there's 5-year versions of herself. So if you haven't watched the video, I made that video, but I was talking to them, hey, I'm gonna make this video. And I was going back to things that I did and said to people back in high school or whatever. I tried to save people, and what I mean is they were making destructive decisions for their life, and having grown up with them, I wanted to keep them from making those destructive decisions. And I really poured my heart out and tried to, have an intervention and help people. And they still did what they wanted to do anyway. And I've learned for the most part, that's how people are. Even when you're helping someone, they may not be ready to hear what you have to say. Maybe they need to hear it later down the road. Maybe they need to hear it from a different person. And you, the individual, have to be okay with that. That they don't want your help or can't appreciate your help right now. And you can't help everybody. You can't save everybody. You can't change everybody. Ultimately, people are going to do what they want to do. When they're tuned in and ready for your wisdom, they're going to listen to you. And unfortunately, a lot of times, it's going to be too late. They're going to make some mistakes along the way. Even though you did everything you could do to prevent them, they're still going to make that decision. And at some point, we have to just be okay with that. And honestly, this is something that is still a struggle for me. I think it comes a lot largely down to my personality type, Enneagram type 1, always knowing that there's a right and wrong to everything, in my mind at least. And if I have the right thing that's going to help someone, wouldn't they want that? But I have to accept that, no, a lot of times even if they know that what I have to say would help them, they can't appreciate it. They cannot accept that. And I and you have to be okay with knowing that. Some people are going to make destructive decisions, and all we can do is try to say something and try to help them. Now, for me, if someone's trying to help me, you better believe I'm locked in. I will stare at you until you're done talking, and I'm going to be writing it down, and then I'm going to be making a video for my next self-help hacker video. That's how I am. I feel that emotional intelligence is about constantly learning and constantly improving ourselves. That I call this self-help hacker. Yeah, I'm here to help you, but you better believe I'm constantly wanting to help myself. And one of the ways that I reinforce these things that I learn is by teaching you, because by teaching it, it reinforces it for me. I have a high value for self-improvement. What can I teach myself? What can I learn from other people's mistakes? So it's in my nature that it's a challenge when I can help someone, but they won't let me. And I have to be at peace with that and accept that, because ultimately, one of my teachings on here, on Self-Help Hacker, we have to accept that there are certain things we can control and other things that we cannot control. And for the most part, we can't directly control other people. Maybe indirectly, maybe we can influence them, and often we do. But when it comes down to that ledger of focus on what you can control not on what you can't. So I say, try to help the person. But if they refuse your help, maybe all you can do is say, well, if you ever need me, I'm here. And maybe that's the most you can do, is just show them, I love you anyway. Even if you don't know, I love you anyway. And I'm here for you. And maybe you'll never hear from them again anyway. But I feel, and I still question it, decades later. People that I tried to help in high school or in college, that it's like those relationships are broken now. Like if I can't revisit those. If I saw them years later, they'd probably see me and just kind of like turn the other way. And even now, I don't know if I could go back in time and change it. Would I have just not tried so hard? Because ultimately they were going to do what they do. Did I successfully save anyone from making a destructive decision? I don't know. But I think for me now, I can relieve myself of that to some degree. I had a dream, I guess it was yesterday morning as I was waking up. In this dream, it was about me losing a tooth. And typically if you dream about losing a tooth, it means you're insecure about money, as far as like you're afraid that you don't have enough money or you're gonna lose money. This was not one of those dreams, because in this dream, as I was wiggling this tooth and I finally pulled it out, I was happy about it. And I looked in my mouth and there really wasn't even much of a gap at all where I'd lost this tooth. And when I woke up, I realized what this dream is it symbolizes a lifelong struggle, especially I'd say since high school, of trying to help people from making bad decisions and putting all of that stress on myself because I truly cared about them. But realizing in the end it was a burden, it was pain, it was just taking up space that it didn't need to. And so in the dream, when I finally pulled the tooth, I thought, wait a minute, it's like I'm not missing any teeth at all. And I realized that's a dream about me. And this is a true story. This happened a few days ago. And that's what inspired this video. I came to terms. I'm coming to terms as a human being in real life, in real time. It's in my nature to help people. It's in my nature to have the answers, to be able to help people. But I have to be okay with people not wanting my help. And that goes for the rest of my life, and it goes from all the times that my heart was broken when I saw people make bad decisions in their life. And life could have been better for them, but I couldn't stop them. I couldn't control them. So, man, this one's hitting close to home, I have to admit, because I'm still in it. With all of these things, I talk about these self-help hacker videos. I'm always working through all of them. I mean, some that I've really got to, okay, I've had a lot of experience with this and I feel really good and confident in this. This is one, man, I'm still working it out because it's so true to who I am. I am a helper. I am a person to steer people in the right direction. But we can't control people like the way we wish that we could. And I think in a less mature version of this is how I regularly talk about people with high conflict personalities, where they're daily arguing and debating with people, trying to prove them wrong about whatever the thing is that they fundamentally disagree with, and it's a matter of tribalism. That's different than this, though. Because when you can really help a person that doesn't want it, and because you've been through it yourself, but you can't stop them, and that it can actually hurt the relationship the more you try to help them when they don't want your help. So I think of all the videos I've done in this series, I think this is going to be the most challenging for me, and probably one I'm going to have to keep revisiting. And I think on a daily basis, I've made the video talking about 5 years from the future. Hopefully 5 years from the future, this version of me is going to be much more experienced in seeing success for this. And success not meaning that, I convince more people to do the right thing and not make destructive decisions. But instead, the success is that I was able to let that go and let them do the thing that they were going to do anyway. I made my peace. I made what I said what I needed to say. But ultimately, the thing that I left them with was not a feeling of judgment, but a feeling of, I'm here for you. If there was ever a video I made speaking 100% to myself, it's this one. I would love to hear from you. I think maybe I can learn from you more than anything on this one. Your comments are welcome right here.